Taylor Swift's wedding in Madison Square Garden. What are you trying to do? I've been seeing random stuff all over Instagram, not even Twitter. I haven't been on Twitter in like 5 days because I don't want to see SmackDown spoilers. So yeah, here we are. But I just been on my mind. I don't know why. Like I'm not really supposed to care because I don't really like Taylor Swift. Like damn, dude. Like why do you need that much for a wedding, dude? Like chill out. It's alright. It's alright. Not that deep though. Today we're gonna be going over the most recent episode of Monday Night Raw from not July. Today's July 2nd, but it was on June 28th. It was no. Sunday was June 28th. Monday, June 29th. All right, I'm gonna be going over all the matches and segments. I'm gonna rank them and give the full show a rating at the end of it. So yeah, it's the Raw after Night of Champions, and the trend of last year was after every PLE, Raw episodes would usually have no announcements. Like everything would not be announced, and there would be a lot of cool stuff happening, and it would be a great show. It was the complete opposite this time. Everything was announced. It was ass, and that's it. So yeah, the opening segment though was not. So let's start off with that. Oba Femi and Brock Lesnar. Oba Femi, it was a singular promo because he won King of the Ring, but then Brock Lesnar comes out, which instantly like that builds up their SummerSlam match. Which yeah, there is a really good side of this, but there's a really bad side of this. Oba Femi and Brock Lesnar have confirmed a Hell in a Cell match for SummerSlam, which while I think is awesome, and it's the first time we're going to see it in 2 years. While I think it's awesome, it is very stupid because he is going to postpone the King of the Ring match, which like the narrative is like I can have that match anytime, which the thing I want, and it's a long shot, and it's not going to happen. It's like a 1% chance. The thing I want is after the Seth and Roman match, because they made that match too. I'll talk about that right now. I want Oba Femi to come out and say, "Hey, I still have a match. This is not over yet. Or I don't know. Like he can use that King of the Ring tournament match whenever he wants. I guess I don't know. That's what I hope, but it's not gonna happen because the WWE's not creative anymore. But yeah, I'm just like I'm not gonna dwell on the negatives anymore. It's set in stone. That's it. Unless something crazy happens, which yeah. But it was a beautiful opening segment between Oba and Lesnar. You can really tell Lesnar's into it, which that's a good sign. When Lesnar's into it, that's when the match is banging, dude. That's when the match is banging. I love that. So yeah, I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5. They've done really well with this feud. That was a really beautiful opening segment. So yeah, 4 out of 5 there. But it just stings a little bit that Oba Femi's not gonna use his King of the Ring final. Which what was the point of that stupid ass tournament, anyways? Same goes with Io and Liv. Like there is no point in this year's King and Queen of the Ring tournaments. Like damn, dude, it's annoying. The opening match of the night was Ethan Page versus Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio got the win, and that's about it. It was a good match, I would say. Not a pretty good match. It was a good match. So that's it. That's about it there. I'm gonna give it a 3.3 out of 5. Although I do think Ethan should have won because I feel like he's, I don't know. I think Rey just stop winning. Damn. I mean, if he wants to win the IC title, I don't mind that, but still, yeah. Next up was Joe Hendry versus Austin Theory. That match was terrible. Honestly, no need for that match since we've seen it before. So, yeah, just annoying. And Theory's promo has gone a lot worse. So, yeah, I'm going to give it a 2.1 out of 5. So, let's move on. Next up was the segment with Io Sky and Liv Morgan. Useless there. We've been there, done that. It's like I said earlier, another example of why the Queen of the Ring tournament was completely useless by putting a champion in there. I hate this company sometimes. Next up was I hate when I do that. I swear I hate when I do that. Whenever I press record, I always do this with my glasses and all that. Next up was LA Knight versus Jimmy Uso. I don't know why they had this match 2 weeks in a row. Yeah, see the repetition is why this show wasn't great either. This match was better. I thought this match was better. I thought it was a good match. That Jey Uso was on commentary. This time he distracted LA Knight, which led to Jimmy rolling up and not taking an L for 2 weeks in a row. So that's a good thing, I guess. And after the match, LA Knight and the Usos kind of got into a brawl, but then Sol Sikoa helped LA Knight by committing another hit and run on Jimmy Uso. Do I like this feud? I'm okay with it low key because it's Solo by himself versus the entire Bloodline. We haven't really seen too much of that, like Solo by himself. So I kind of want to see where that leads to. But he might team with LA Knight, so you never know. 3.4 out of 5 for the match. So yeah, let's move on. Next up was it was a number one contenders match for the women's IC title, but it was useless as hell. Raquel Rodriguez versus Maxine Dupree. This match was terrible. Raquel won, and that's it. That's a squash match right there. So yeah, Raquel will face Luca at some point, maybe at SummerSlam. I have no idea, but yeah, I'm gonna give this a 1.8 out of 5. It was terrible. I don't recommend a rewatch. Next up was I almost said Denhausen. It was Chad Gable versus JD McDonough. This was a pretty fun match in my opinion. JD McDonough, like I don't care if he's the fodder of the Judgment Day. He can put on great matches. as much as he can, especially with a great dancing partner like Chad Gable. It was a pretty fun match there. I'm going to give it a 3.6 out of 5. Danhausen appeared and took Dom out of the equation, and then Gable capitalized and got the win. And then Raquel attacked him because Dom stole his Knicks jersey, and I don't care at this point because I don't want a Judgment Day and Danhausen feud. I just feel like that's not needed right now, but like maybe down the line it could be, but right now I'm just not feeling it. So yeah. But for the match, I'll give it a 3.6 out of 5. I thought it was pretty fun. That's the match of the night for sure because everything else sucked. Kinda. I don't know. Let's move on to the main event. Finally. And next up was Roman Reigns. His first promo. He didn't even appear in Night of Champions, but he hasn't been in the show in 2 weeks, and then comes out, returns, and his first promo battle is with Seth Rollins, which they've been alluding to this match. They've been teasing this match for quite literally years, and I feel like it might be. I feel like it's time to do it, and yeah, because what else can you really tease at this point, right? It was like a bit of an emotional segment to close the show. Rollins pointed out the history and limited time they have left in this company, which it hit me a little bit because like, damn, these two are really gonna retire soon, and the next generation is taking over. He's referencing various wrestlers like Javon Oben. With all that, that's what we built on the main event at SummerSlam, which I'm like, okay, this is really happening. Like it's really happening. 12 years of frustration in history, and it's culminating right here. One last dance. I'm hoping. Low-key, I prefer at Mania, but I don't want it in Saudi Mania, so I guess Minneapolis is the way to do it. I don't know. It's just the ultimate culmination, the final dance. I'm okay with them calling it that, because I feel like that could be a perfect ending. I don't know. We'll see. I'm going to give that a 4.5 out of 5. Those are really well done segments, so yeah, that's about it there. Nice. So here are my rankings for the matches. My favorite match was Chad Gable versus JD McDonough, and my favorite promo was Roman and Seth Rollins. I'm gonna give the show a 2.5 out of 5. It was just mid. The opening and main event segment were the only things to really watch from the show. The best match was Chad and JD, like I said. Like that was a pretty fun match if you want to go back and watch that. But nothing else was really extraordinary at all. Like everything else was a big ass skip, and I expected more because usually the Raw after PLEs are usually amazing. So yeah, yikes! Raw and SmackDown were ass this past week. Actually, no. SmackDown doesn't happen until tomorrow. Or it already happened, I guess, but I haven't seen anything yet, so I'm preparing for ass, and I'm apparently going to be sad for Sami Zayn because apparently his title reign is coming to an end. Yeah, on Friday I'm going to be upset, so we'll see what happens there. But that's going to be it for this one. Thank you for watching, and have a good day. Goodbye.